Welcome back to the final deep dive in our audit readiness series. This one is about your frameworks, the standards you get audited against, and how they overlap. Here is the good news. You do not have to chase every certification. So, what is a framework? It is simply the standard someone audits you against. SOC 2, ISO 27001, GDPR, and a few others. And here is the rule. You pick the one your customers actually ask for, not the one with the shiniest logo. Every framework you add is real work and an annual bill. So the fastest way to choose is to read the security questions your buyers already send you, and notice which report they will not sign without. Choosing comes down to three questions. Who is asking, where are your customers, and what data do you hold? If your buyers are American enterprises, they will ask for SOC 2. If you are selling into Europe or to global enterprises, they will want ISO 27001. If you hold personal data from the EU, then GDPR applies, and that one is the law, not a choice. Touch card payments, and it is PCI. And if the EU AI Act covers what you build, that is on the list too. Match the framework to the demand. For most SaaS, it comes down to the two big ones, and they are more alike than you would think. SOC 2 and ISO 27001 share about 80% of their controls. Same core: access, encryption, incident response, and risk. The difference is the proof. SOC 2 gives you an attestation report written by a CPA. ISO 27001 gives you a certificate from an accredited body, plus a formal management system around it. Same security, two kinds of evidence. And that overlap is the whole trick. You do the security work once, you build your controls, and you gather your evidence one time. Then you map that same work to the next framework. And you close only the delta, the handful of things the second one genuinely adds. One control, like an access review, can satisfy SOC 2, ISO 27001, and more from a single piece of evidence. Take Acme. They earned SOC 2 for their American customers. Now they want European enterprise deals, which means ISO 27001. But they are not starting over. Around 80% is already done. What they add is mostly the management system that ISO asks for, the risk method, the internal audit, and the reviews. A delta, not a second audit from scratch. So here is the mistake to avoid: running each framework as its own separate project with its own evidence gathered from scratch. That is how compliance costs pile up. The fix is one control set mapped to many frameworks, with the evidence reused across all of them. Build the foundation once, and prove it through whichever lens a customer needs. And this is exactly what a compliance platform is for. It cross-maps your controls, so one piece of evidence checks the box in every framework at once, and it carries your work from one audit to the next. That is what BrickGRC does. So a second framework becomes a mapping exercise, not a mountain. And that ties our whole series together. Your scope told you what is in. Your inventory listed what you have. Your processes showed how you run it. Your people said who owns it. And your frameworks are just the lens you prove all of it through. Define that foundation once, and every framework reads from the same place. And that is the series. You now have the full picture an auditor starts from. Map your own organization, free, at brickgrc.com/discovery. Thank you for watching, all five. If it helped, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.